Hi, I'm Dan Kendall. I'm the host of the Digital Health Today program and the founder of the Health Podcast Network. I'm here at the Barcelona Health Hub with Jordi Serrano Pons. Jordi is the CEO and founder of UniversalDoctor. Jordi, thanks very much for taking time with me.
Thank you for inviting me to talk.
Jordi, I've known you for several years.
Yeah.
You started UniversalDoctor about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Tell me about your journey. Tell me about the first 10 years, because I'm sure you have a lot of great things happening in your future. But tell me sort of a real quick whistle-stop tour through the first 10 years of UniversalDoctor.
Absolutely. It's been a decade already, and it seems so close and so far from the beginning now. We just started 10, even 12 years ago. You remember CDs already existed not 10 years ago. So we had this CD software, to improve communication between doctors and patients that didn't share the same language. That was the initial of all our history. It was fair enough. We were born of a problem, which is the important thing in life, because if you try to do technology for then solving a problem, we had a problem, and then we tried to solve it through technology, and it worked. We did UniversalDoctor speaker. We implemented that in more than 100 hospitals around Europe. And it was fair enough. We had also more than 500,000 downloads with the Apple application, the Apple Store application, and the Android application. But basically, after some years, we realized that it was a good product. But let's be honest, we had some internal testings and some internal feedback of our hospitals where it was implemented. And not everybody had the right time to use it. So when you had a problem of communication with a migrant or with a foreigner, okay, you try to solve it with Hans, later with Google Translator, or with a professional translator, which it has to be. So our solution was good. It was used by a small group of people. But fair enough, we say, look, what can we do to improve the situation?
So at that point, when you realized that only a small group of your customers were actually able to use it in the way it was designed, it sounds like a big problem. I can imagine being only speaking one language and traveling is very difficult. It's a fear of being able to, being in a healthcare environment, not being able to communicate. So did you then pivot and find a new approach? Yeah,
we also moved then into more the consumer health. So we emphasize our tool for consumer health people. But then basically I'm a physician, and that was the first product, but I'm in love with health, and with global health especially. So I moved for many chances in life or many things in life. I moved to Geneva for a while. There was a big crisis here, 2012, 13. And then in Geneva, we started collaborating with different organizations. The company was kept alive. We had some implementations in Switzerland, Norway, Belgium. It wasn't bad. But then we decided to start working with the World Health Organization, with ITU, with IOM, International Maritime Organizations, and with other governments. And slowly we start to develop some digital health tools. We have developed the mental health app for WHO, the aging platform for WHO now, with the Zika app, with the outbreak of Zika. At the end, we've done more than 15 different apps related with World Health Organization, with London School of Tropical Medicine, with some governments, etc. So, and we've learned a lot. We are lucky enough to choose with whom we work, and we only want to work with who has a global health impact, so an impact in health. But after doing that for a while, and also our original tools, so the end one day is, okay, we are kind of a consultancy, digital, global health company that do things for others. How we can now add value to all these learnings through all these years, and then aggregate. And we see each of the tools that we have done like a Lego. And of course, we don't own all these tools, but some of them we have as permission. So can we add this Lego with that other Lego, with that other Lego, make a package of Legos, which basically would be like an aggregation tool. In where our dream, and we have been working very hard last year, is to create the ways of healthcare. Where if you enter inside an app, there's an API already embedded of another app inside, depending, and so on. And so, of course, focusing in two specific things because of our history with multilingual UniversalDoctor speaker, it had sense to start the first packages of Legos with something that will be launched very soon in summer, Travel Health Companion.
That's amazing. That sounds really, excuse me. That sounds amazing, because I know one of the challenges that exists with all these different apps and tools that we have is that every one of them requires a different sign-on.
Yeah.
So when we then take what we're doing in banking or travel and then try to layer in the same sort of interface and security and access into health tools, it can be very frustrating, because if you have a different app for mental health versus medication compliance versus making an appointment for your doctor versus checking on the records and the tests from your lab exams, then it's going to be difficult to be able to have all those different points, especially for the sometimes vulnerable population that we're working to serve. So you're actually trying to aggregate all of that together and give a single portal through partnerships and through development of your own to be able to give access to all these tools. That's amazing.
Yeah, we're trying. We have started 1 year ago. We're happy because we are launching now these travel health things. We are also going to do something about aging. And also what we presented today with our another partners was something kind of, today we presented something like an app plus a dashboard, which a compendium of digital tools that would be used for a CRO, these companies that develop clinical trials between hospitals and pharma. So, because to link everything, if you want to be sure that citizens use something and they give a value to themselves or to their family, we have created with this new launching something called family health hubs. Family health hubs. If my wife or my husband is taking pills because of blood pressure, no? Okay, will I be working with him in a challenge, working together as a family with my children and so on? Some people will never do that, but some people will. And with that, we are connecting that with a dashboard and a platform, GDPR compliance, and connected to the dashboard, which researchers can make continuous trials. So that will be the dorsal spine of all these other Legos. You say, if you use these things together, plus this dorsal spine, well, it has a lot of sense, because some of these citizens will be using Legos that will be researched or studied, assessed by scientists. So that just putting all the thing together.
So one of the challenges that we have in healthcare is who ultimately pays. And as a business owner and as someone who's working to navigate and innovate, you need to think about who actually is the customer, who actually is going to pay to have this. So your first iteration for UniversalDoctor was to go to hospitals and providers and have them buy your system. Now you've changed to something very, very different. So what's the business model? Who's going to actually pay for this, and where does the money to sustain your business and grow your business come from?
Yeah, obviously we are looking for groups of hospitals still, governments having like 5-6 different Legos embedded in their systems if possible, plus groups, associations of patients, also pharma. We're looking at many different business models because I think it's the best, no? And actually our cash flow in our company is really balanced. We have 4 different big cash flows, no? 25, almost this year was 25, 25, 25. So governments 25, international organizations 25, some private hospitals 25, and some associations, foundations 25, no? Sadly, any final consume, zero B2C, no? Okay. Let's be honest. So still it's a B2B, more low-hanging fruit B2B, more easy to reach B2B than other B2Bs, no? It's difficult to get money from B2C.
And geographically, where are you focused?
Europe. And of course, our experiences with some organizations having implementations in Africa, in Asia, but mainly in Europe because it's big enough, and we are GDPR compliant. But of course, if we are GDPR compliant, then we know that many other countries are happy to have these implementations there, and we are open to everything. Of course, it would be a step forward to go into the American market, but for now we are focusing in Europe.
Great. And for anyone in the audience who would like to find out more about UniversalDoctor, where should they go? And is there a way they can get in touch with you directly?
Yes. Obviously, we have a website, and it happens always. Our website does not show the reality of our endless activities, no? But yeah, in the website. But we are very active in LinkedIn and Twitter, UniversalDoctor. And in LinkedIn, we answer right away. Sorry. And yeah, we'll be happy to contact with people. And we are very collaborative. We love partnerships and looking forward.
What sort of partnerships are you looking for?
We're looking like patient association, hospitals willing to validate something with more of our own tools, Legos, and something. Other Lego developers, physicians, kind of different. We are really very balanced in partnering with different stakeholders, and I think it's if you are small, we are 16 people around 4 different countries. You need to partner very well. No? Yeah. If not, it's difficult.
Well, Jordi, thanks very much for coming into the studio here and spending time with me and sharing what you're doing at UniversalDoctor. And we wish you a lot of success in the year ahead.
Thank you very much. Pleasure. Sam, placer.